Hi everyone and welcome to my Batman Arkham Knight quotation walkthrough quotation mark. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those videos. This is the beginning and the end of my promised walkthrough, and I'm really sorry guys about saying this. But the thing is, the game is too fucking easy. I'm not gonna mince words here. I'm not gonna do a incredible long review. But the game is really easy. Like, it's fucking insanely easy. And what you're seeing here, this gameplay was part of the walkthrough, and it's New Game Plus. But I had to cancel it because I realized that New Game Plus is really easy. So then I started an upgrade run to see if I could get some hard difficulty there, and then I realized that it's really easy too. Because what can I say? This game is too easy. It doesn't matter. It changes enemy variety, and it doesn't make the game more difficult. It just maybe makes it like a little different, but it's not really harder at all. I almost want to say it's easier in New Game Plus, even though hard is really easy, and an upgrade run is easier. It's easy too because you can get through most of the game with base health with no fucking issues. I mean, the only time you're gonna have some sort of issue is going to be with the fucking Batmobile / tank. In some part that is really difficult because of artificial difficulty, because you can get one-shotted, and not because it's really difficult to get through. It's just because the game spikes its difficulty on purpose.
I can't do that yet.
So this is kind of a show game. What can I say? This is kind of a show game, a game that puts up a show, or is a long, like, sort of movie that you kinda get to play through it. Kind of like a Metal Gear, strangely. This is nowhere near as fun and varied and difficult and gameplay focused like Asylum or Arkham City. Nowhere near. I even would say that Arkham Origins, and this is really a shameful thing to say, but I would even say that Origins is better than Knight. Really. It's just it is. The main story is batshit fucking crazy. It is. I'm not gonna spoil anything, so don't worry, but for me the main story didn't work at all. It has its good moments, of course, but most of it is batshit fucking crazy. Like, it makes no fucking sense, even for a game where you are a billionaire dressed as a bat. Like, really, it just makes no fucking sense. And the Batmobile is boring. I know this is getting into a rant, and I didn't want to do this, but I'm trying to tell you why this is not gonna be a walkthrough. Why there's not gonna be a walkthrough, excuse me. And the simple answer is because it's too easy and no one needs a walkthrough. The game is really straightforward. You're not gonna get stuck. If there is a part that you were going to struggle, maybe if you're playing on hard, is the part that I already uploaded, the Cloudburst Arkham Knight tank slash boss fight, and I already uploaded a video that
I've got the ID.
really shows you how you should fight the tank. So that's the only really difficult part of the game. The rest is piece of fucking cake. So you don't really need a walkthrough. I mean, if I do a walkthrough, it would resemble a playthrough, because it wouldn't be really fun to watch. And I created my channel in the sense of me playing difficult games and trying to finish them, even limiting myself, like Dark Souls Soul Level 1 type of stuff. That is interesting to watch. But this, I cannot, in all my fucking heart, I cannot make this a walkthrough that is interesting or difficult. I can't. I tried a no upgrade run, and it wasn't hard. So what the fuck am I going to do? I mean, I'm going to put up a gameplay that resembles a playthrough, and I'm going to be talking about the E3 and the surprises of the E3 and the Final Fantasy VII Remake announcement and all the fucking stuff that has happened that are way more interesting than talking about Arkham Knight. Because what I'm going to say about Arkham Knight, okay, you want some advice for the game? I can give you some advice. I mean, focus your first upgrades on the tank. Upgrade the Batmobile. Upgrade his armor, especially if you're playing on hard. Upgrade his armor and upgrade his weapons. Because the more troublesome parts of the game is going to be when you are in the Batmobile destroying tank drones. That's basically it. You don't really need to upgrade anything other than that, and you can get through the game without upgrading that. It's going to be difficult, especially some fights. And disgracefully, I didn't like the Batmobile at all, because I kind of compare it to, I mean, if I'm playing a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, of course I'm going to drive cars or motorcycles or whatever, because I don't have, I can fly, right? But with Batman you can use the grappling hook and basically fly through the whole city. So why would I constantly be getting inside of the fucking car and taking longer to reach my destinations? Like, why would I? It's like comparing walking with flying. And the game constantly wants you to drive the fucking car, because in almost all the main missions and a lot of the side quests are focused on the fucking Batmobile. I mean, these developers really liked the idea of the Batmobile, like it was some kind of revolutionary thought to drive a car in an open world game, and it really isn't. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's horrible, because it's kind of fun the first couple of missions that you drive the tank and destroy other drones. But when you realize that you are in the fucking 20-hour mark and you're still destroying the same fucking drones with the same fucking mechanics, you're going to go mad, because it gets really tiresome really fast. And these fucking developers, right, they Rocksteady really dropped the ball with this Arkham Knight, because they really fell in love with the fucking Batmobile for some reason, and it really shows in the game. They really want you to fucking love the Batmobile, but you just can't love it, because it's more fun to fly. It's way more fun to fly. And if I have to say other bad stuff about the game, the side quests are no fun at all. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the side quests are the worst in the series, with no fucking interesting stories. It's just like busy work, and the main story constantly reminds you that you have to do side quests, so it's constantly telling you to go to side quests, and at the same time it tells you that this is the worst situation that Gotham ever faced and you should be very worried, but at the next minute it tells you no, go do some fucking side quests because whatever, I have to take some time, it is going to take some time, so do a side quest constantly through the fucking game.
Leave him out of this.
So I really don't know what they were thinking. It's puzzling. Some of the decisions. I mean, the game is not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. The game is still fun and the story is still interesting, even though it's the worst of the
I'm
series.
just trying to decide which one of you I'm going to take out first.
But the combat is fun. I mean, it's the best combat that exists, kind of. Other than things like Devil May Cry and stuff like that. It's the best, and or God of War. I mean, it's the best combat mechanics that there are. But because the game is so fucking easy, it really undermines everything. It undermines everything. It's really sad. And the fucking, oh my god, the Riddler trophies. Oh my fucking god. If you hated the Riddler in Asylum or City, you're really gonna hate him here because he's just the worst. He's the worst fucking trophies that I've seen ever.
So you're gonna let me go?
So fucking boring. And there are 200 and I don't know how many, but more than 200 of them.
Don't know the half of it, Batman. Scarecrow.
Splattered
Tell me
everywhere.
what you know.
Oh my god. And then the character is so
They brought in trucks. Weapons.
so fucking useless in this game.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
It's like an asshole.
Producing his toxic
It's not
mass.
it's not intelligent at all. I mean the puzzles that it makes you do are not you don't get to think.
Where do I find Scarecrow?
They are either trial and error or Batmobile tracks.
He's moving ahead with his plan.
You don't really think
Backing him up.
about what you're doing.
Good, Batman.
So they are not tests of
Wait by the Batmobile.
intelligence like they should be, right? Because he's the fucking Riddler.
Not yet. It's worse than I thought.
I would even think that the Riddler will make a fine main villain,
Big enough to cover the entire
like making
East Coast
Batman
with
do a lot of
vehicles.
stuff,
Take your men and
of
get out
weird
here.
stuff, and making him do
CBD and lock it down. Keep everyone inside.
bad decisions and making him like confused. And the Riddler really has the potential to be a dark villain, main villain, but it's used here like the fucking collector, for the collector of trophies. Because it is an open world game, so it has to have it has to have you collecting things, right? Collecting things that are in no way interesting to do,
Tight. I'll get you to Commissioner Gordon.
and like in every other open world game, they are not really imagined
If I don't stop Scarecrow's there'll be no
like very well integrated into the main storyline at all. It's just busy work. Like if you want to get the platinum or all the achievements, you have to get all trophies, and they kind of give you like another thing if you get all the trophies. I don't want to say what, but it's really the most stupid thing that I ever seen. I don't know. And why would Batman be destroying tanks? This is the more puzzling decision of all. Why would Batman be like half of the fucking game destroying tanks And the tanks are drones that they don't have people in it, of course, because Batman doesn't kill. So immediately you are thinking, why does these people don't put up people in the tanks? So Batman can destroy the tanks, so it would really fuck him up, right? But of course, I mean, at the moment you think that, you think, well, they can't put people in the fucking tanks because and destroy the tanks, and that's the point. And then you're making excuses for the game. You find out making excuses. And when you're making excuses for things to work in a game, it's not a really good sign. It's really not. And I'm sorry if this all feels really negative, but I was expecting a really good game, and before I got to play it, I read a lot of 10s in reviews and 9s, 10s and 9s everywhere, and then a 7 in GameSpot, and everyone attacked GameSpot for this 7. And you wanna know what? If I would have to put up a scoring system, which I don't think that the scoring systems are the best way to put the value of a game. But if I have to put up a score, I would even put a 6 or a 5, like mediocre, not even good, mediocre game.
I need to find a
Everything that's good in the game is ruined because it's easy. Everything that's fun is still fun, don't get me wrong, but it has no challenge. So why will you play a game that has no challenge? Well, it feels like a Lego Batman. And I haven't played Lego Batman, so maybe that's even more difficult than this game. I don't know. I don't want to judge a game that I haven't played. It's really easy, and it ruins everything. It really does. Even the story that's kinda campy and has its fun moments is ruined. It's ruined because of the difficulty, because nothing is really hard. I mean, I remember in City and Asylum having trouble with some bosses and some big fights that had a lot of enemy variety. And if you made a mistake in the Predator parts, you get shot and immediately you're dead. But here you can get shot a couple of times and you're not gonna die instantly. And you can make a lot of mistakes in a combat situation, and you're not gonna get dead. You're not gonna die quickly. And there is all these fucking new combat mechanics like the fear takedowns and the instant environment takedowns that are just a way to make the game even more easier by just starting a combat situation or instantly taking down an enemy, or 6. Like if you upgrade the fear takedowns, you can take down up to 6 enemies without even starting the combat. So the gameplay is, when you see the gameplay, you like see that you're fighting like against 20-25 enemies at the same time, and you say, oh my fucking god, this is great, this must be really hard. But it's not, because they're not gonna attack you anytime more than 3 enemies at the same time. So, and I don't know, if they shot you, they're not gonna instantly kill you either. So the difficulty is non-existent, so I can make a walkthrough that is interesting to watch, and a walkthrough will look like a playthrough, as I already mentioned. So why would I do a walkthrough of this game? And that's really a letdown, because I really wanted to do a walkthrough of this game. but it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I mean, it's not even fun for me to play this game again, because the enemy variety is not. That's the thing that changes in New Game Plus. It puts more medics that can revive enemies. It's not really that difficult as it sounds, because you just take the medic out first and then you're done. Or yeah, that's all. They change the enemies, but it doesn't really make the game more difficult, because if you upgraded Batman, then even if you didn't, the game is still easy. Batman is way overpowered, and I know it has to be overpowered because he's fucking Batman. But it feels like, to put an example, it feels like you are Superman and not Batman. Like the amount of damage that you can take, even on hard difficulty, it doesn't feel like you are a billionaire human, but normal human inside a suit. It feels like you're fucking Superman.
Look, I've been talking with Robin.
He's way overpowered. So yeah,
She's right. We're a team.
that's why I'm not gonna do a walkthrough, guys, and I'm really sorry to have to announce this, because I really wanted to do a walkthrough
No, it can't.
of this
You
game,
know what's at stake. I need you to stay focused.
but
Or things will
yeah.
get worse. Much worse.
So I guess the next thing that's gonna happen in this channel is going to be God of War 3 remastered, no upgrade run that I am really excited to do.
If Robin can save those people, the fallout.
First, I'm going to play it in the hardest difficulty, and I'm going to upgrade gameplay and bosses, and in that difficulty. And then I'm going to do an entire walkthrough with commentary. That is not going to be only bosses; it's going to be the entire game. But I'm not going to upgrade anything. That's basically what the no upgrade run is. I'm not going to upgrade Kratos in any way, and I'm going to play it in the hardest difficulty. So that's a no upgrade run. It's going to be very challenging, because especially God of War 3 is really challenging in a no upgrade run. So that's gonna be really exciting and fun. So that's the next big thing in the channel. God of War 3 Remastered comes out in 14 days or something like that, 13 days.
We always do, right?
And of course I'm going to keep uploading The Witcher 3 walkthrough, which it turned out to be easy too. Sorry guys, but it is the reality. And I'm going to I'm thinking about a couple of other games to upload, to make walkthroughs, and I have like 3 games in mind, and I'm going to name them, because if you are a subscriber and want to say I would like this game instead of that game, then I will really heed your advice, whatever it is, because I'm going to mention them. I was thinking about doing an Alan Wake Nightmare walkthrough, or maybe a System Shock 2 walkthrough
The elevator will go.
on the hardest difficulty. I don't remember really what it is. I think it's realistic. It's called realistic, but I may be mistaken. But on the hardest difficulty,
It's a
or maybe Vampire Bloodlines,
still inside.
which is a really cool game. Or the game that I really wanted to do is Deus Ex Human Revolution, kind of walkthrough with no deaths and no alarms, where I basically go through the game without killing anyone, without setting off alarms, and without dying, of course. So yeah, some of those games. I think the game that I really want to do is Deus Ex Human Revolution. I'm really excited for Mankind Divided, so I think that's the one that I really want to make. But I also like Alan Wake and Vampire Bloodlines, and System Shock 2 is awesome. So maybe I'm going to do all those games eventually. So maybe just put up what would you like to see first, and I'll do that. So a couple of videos also are going to come up. Bloodborne is going to come back with Queen Yarnam boss fight that I missed because I haven't fought it yet. I haven't fought her. So that's still missing. The Bloodlily Fall boss run is going to come back eventually. Maybe I'll do something with Dark Souls 2 because I just love that game. I don't know what would I do. Maybe a second playthrough on Soul Level 1 with live commentary. So maybe it's fun to watch me die and get mad. But I love the game, so always I'm always thinking about doing new stuff with Dark Souls. But that could be in the future. I'm really thinking about Deus Ex or Vampire Bloodlines, and God of War 3 Remastered. I already pre-ordered it, and also some announcements. I am going to do Uncharted collection for the PlayStation 4. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to do all 3 games in crushing difficulty. An entire walkthrough of all 3 games in crushing difficulty with commentary, of course. I'm really excited about that trilogy, but that's later in the year, right? And of course Metal Gear The Phantom Pain, when it comes out. I'm kinda going to do a walkthrough of all the missions, and maybe later I'm going, or maybe, yeah, not maybe at the first I'm going to do a normal walkthrough, but maybe later I'm going to do what I did in the Ground Zeroes. Yeah, I'm going to get S rank in all the missions and try to make them as fast as I can. So yeah, a lot of Metal Gear content, and online, a lot of Metal Gear Online, which I'm really excited to play. I'm not gonna do Devil May Cry 4, sadly, because I really didn't like what they done with the game. It's just new characters, specifically Virgil, which is the only remotely interesting. But the mechanics of playing with Virgil is not as fun, for me at least, in my opinion, are not as fun as playing with Nero/Dante of the normal game. They are not as fun. And the night mode, which is the new thing for next generation consoles, was already in the PC version, so it's not also something new. I thought they would include a new difficulty, but they didn't. They just did the night difficulty in the consoles. So there's really nothing new unless you like playing with Virgil through the entire fucking game. And some new graphics, of course, are upgraded, some new shaders and stuff. But there's not really that much to see. Maybe in the future, maybe I will play it in the future, but that's not something that I would like to play. Let's just say that I'm not excited to play it. I think it's a lot of it's a cash grab. They could have done better stuff with the game. They could have done new levels. They could have done a new difficulty. Oh my god, fucking the new, just like The Last of Us, that added grounded difficulty. That's just what's wrong with you? Why wouldn't you put a new difficulty in a game that's like 10 years old? I don't know how much. I don't remember when Devil May Cry 4 came out, but a lot of time ago. So I don't really understand why they wouldn't release a new difficulty. And they to top it up, they decided that you have to go through all the difficulties again to unlock the hardest. But if you want to unlock the hardest from the beginning of the game, you have to buy it. Like, you have to buy it like if it were a DLC to unlock difficulties. You have to pay to unlock difficulties. That's fucking insane. Like, it's fucking. I have no words. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. This is the first and last video on my walkthrough for the Arkham Knight, and we'll see each other in God of War 3 or maybe some old game. So again, thank you for watching, guys, and take care. See ya.